Yo, what's up, guys? So, if you've seen Smackdown, you obviously have just seen it. Basically, we have an idea of what WrestleMania will be this year. Obviously, it's looking like The Rock vs. Roman Reigns. And Cody has stepped out of the picture, basically said he's not going to be facing Roman Reigns at this year's Mania, but he's here to take everything from him. So, these are my initial thoughts, my initial reaction. It's only been a couple of minutes since it just went off air, but I already seen a lot of people not happy with Cody not being able to finish the story, and I think it's very hit and miss. Judging, it's either people absolutely love it or people absolutely hate it. For me, I think this is like the perfect scenario. I think it's the perfect scenario. I think a big thing in the WWE right now and what they've been doing well for the past couple of years now is the money being in the story. You know, I think people have they confuse their infatuation with Cody winning the title for Cody, but it's really the story. You know, people want the story of what he's doing. I think people like Cody. I think people love Cody for sure, but I think people don't realize how much of it is to do with finishing the story. You know, that this is the quote that keeps going on. So I see a lot of people unhappy, thinking that it doesn't make. I get it. Like, storyline wise, as a character, why would you defer it this year and say, I got special counsel from different people in The Rock, someone that you know very well, gave me this advice. Like, why would you defer? But storyline wise, it makes everything that much bigger when Cody does finish the story, and him even bring it to a place where it's not about winning the championship. It's about finishing the story and taking everything from Roman. So I think in my head, what I want to see is basically what I see is developing right now, which is we see Roman vs. Rock at WrestleMania, which I would rather that than at Saudi for sure, because everyone's talking about, why, I don't know why they couldn't do it at Saudi and just let Cody vs. Roman happen at Mania. Like, guys, like, we get to see Rock vs. Roman. This bloodline story is gonna culminate all here. It's gonna be the end. Like, there's so many storylines going into what's going to happen within the next 2 years. We're going to see Rock vs. Roman, which we never thought we would see. And if we're going to see it, we have to see it now. Because obviously, we know what Rock's schedule is like. We know what it's been like for The Rock to get back into conditioning for a match. So, to see Rock vs. Roman, it has to happen now. And it has to culminate. This whole bloodline storyline has to culminate. And you guys can't just throw away all that to the side just because you want to see Cody. There's so many storylines that need to be complete and needs to be finished off perfectly. And in my head, the beginning of the end of the bloodline happening with Rock vs. Roman at Mania, this is where it's all has to come to an end. It has to create a lot more divide between Roman and Solo and Jimmy, because Jay's already out, obviously. And then we need to be able to see the next step of that, where Roman will eventually lose everything to Cody at WrestleMania 41. And I think him going through the ending of the bloodline, him being the longest reigning champion in WWE history, it's gonna solidify Cody that much more. And even though Roman is gonna, in my opinion, Roman should beat Rock, and I think Roman will beat Rock at WrestleMania 40, it's just gonna lift Cody up to another status. And I don't know how we get there. I don't think it should be a 3-time Rumble win. I think Cody should beat Seth. I'm assuming it's now Cody versus Seth at the Mania. So I don't know how we get from there to there. I don't know that part. But I know the end of the story for the bloodline and Roman's reign, it's all gonna culminate with Cody at the end. And I think that's what it alludes to, is like, I'm gonna take everything from you, which means not just the title, it means the bloodline and the faction of what it is today. It's not gonna be around anymore. And he wants to be the face of the WWE. And I think that's something that it takes a lot of time, and I think people don't realize once the story is finished for Cody when he's a champion, I think it gets very hard to get another story as big as him finishing the story. So I think there's a lot of people, really bashing that Cody has to wait. Oh, why is Rock inserting himself in this? This bloodline story was going on before Cody had even came back to WWE. Like, we have to finish this bloodline story out properly, and it culminates with Cody looking strong. It culminates with Cody looking better. Like, there's nothing better than seeing someone get their revenge on the person that ultimately had them fall short, and then they wind up taking everything from them anyway. So I think it's gonna really make for an amazing WrestleMania 40. I think everyone should enjoy The Rock vs. Roman, because you're gonna look back years from now and be like, if you're mad that Cody doesn't get to finish the story at WrestleMania 40, and you're not gonna enjoy Rock vs. Roman because of that, you're really going to be missing out on such a once in a lifetime matchup, and one where if it wasn't to happen in 5-10 years, you'll be like, oh, I just wish we got to see Rock vs. Roman during that bloodline storyline. Because, like, to me, the money is in the stories these days in WWE, and they're doing a really good job of keeping you interested week to week. But it's such a big story. It's spanning out years. And the fact that they're building out this storyline of Cody finishing the story for years. They've built out this bloodline story for years. Like, it's very, very impressive. And I think we have to really acknowledge the fact of we have some material from WWE where you can really sink your teeth into. I mean, that's why I was such a big Bray Wyatt fan as well, because it's just, the story is week to week, and over a couple of years, you just think to yourself, wow, how do we, like, look at the journey that we took to get to where we are now. So I'm excited for The Rock vs. Roman at WrestleMania 40. I think Cody should beat Seth at the Mania. I don't know how we get from there to then Cody taking the belt from Roman at WrestleMania 41, but I ultimately feel like this is the best case scenario for everyone, and it's gonna make Cody look strong. It's gonna be the best finish for the bloodline. It's gonna be the best finish for The Rock as well, because I'm assuming this will be the end of his in-ring career with WWE. And I just think, man, we are eating good for the next 2 years of programming for the WWE. Because if this is what we're heading towards, I mean, he said he wants that title. He said he wants to finish the story, and he wants to take everything from Roman. And that is what we will see. It might not be in the time that you want, but the money's in the story. And if the story's getting produced week in and week out, and you're still wanting the same thing, but we're not there yet, and you still want it, I guarantee you by this time next year, you're still going to want to see Cody win the belt, and you're still going to want to see the end of the bloodline and the fall of Roman Reigns. But the fall of Roman Reigns is only going to be as great as the height of what Roman Reigns fell from. So the longest reigning champion, undefeated, I think his next win is his 1,000th win as an in-ring competitor. Like, I think all these things just helps Cody. It just helps Cody. It's gonna make him look like $1 million. Well, $1 billion. Let's say that it's $1 billion company now. So I think just enjoy the ride. I know it's hard to look at it from that point of view when you had something so in your head about where this story needs to go, but you have to enjoy the ride. This is going to be a journey that you're not going to want to miss out on. And I think with all the people that are involved, with Roman, with Cody, with The Rock, with Seth, they're so good at cutting promos, you know, and I just think they're going to be able to get the story across. Seth did an amazing job at doing that on Monday Night Raw, try to convince Cody to pick him to face at Mania. Roman even rebutted Seth with a bunch of remarks that he made about it being the Hollywood Championship and da-da-da-da. And I think Rock's going to put over Roman, Rock's going to put over Cody, even in the build-up to Mania. And I just think, obviously, when we see the fall of Roman, it's going to just be a light bulb moment where everyone's going to be like, okay, I understand why we took the path, like why WWE took the path that they took. So I think enjoy the ride, guys. I'm excited for WrestleMania 40. And let me know what you think down below, what you're thinking. I think, you know, I think a lot of people will have a lot of different opinions. I think it's a love it or hate it type of situation. But I think the best thing to do is to take as many of the things that you can appreciate from it, because I guarantee you a lot of you guys a year or two ago would have been saying, I want to see Rock vs. Roman, you know, and we're going to get that. And I know it comes at the expense of Cody not finishing the story, but we will get there. And just think to yourself, we have 2 years of amazing storytelling yet to come. So, but yeah, guys, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think down below. And these are just my initial thoughts, and obviously I'll be checking a lot more of what people are saying about it, and yeah, exciting times. WrestleMania 40, we're on the way. Road to WrestleMania. Peace.